you want to double your income, if you want to hit new highs, focus 85% of your time on prospecting and 15% on follow-up. What I think Rich has probably discovered, and what I discovered, is when you focus 85% of your time on prospect, you first day realize most of this follow-up stuff was complete garbage. I was just checking in. I was just seeing how things were going. I was just touching base. A lot of times, when we're honest with ourselves, we're looking in our CRM and we're not even doing anything and we think we're being productive. But it's amazing when you put those gates on and say, I'm going to spend 85% of my time finding new deals and 15% of my time going, hey, Matt, calling to see if it makes sense to get the funding in place for that house you're looking at in the Hamptons. I'm on my direct line, 720-660-3202. How much more you can accomplish in that 15%. Rich, give us any insights you have additionally on focusing 85% of your time on prospecting versus 85% of your time on follow-up.
The pipeline is growing because I'm spending more time on sales than I had been, and it's working. Yeah,
and I think another thing that you're going to see is you're not going to have these as much. I mean, shit happens. Sometimes we have these ups, downs, but if we're constantly focusing on prospecting, we don't have these down cycles. Because what ends up happening when our pipeline in a traditional sales model, which I'm just going to call it out, traditional sales models, you spend 80% of your time working in the pipeline and 20% of your time at best working on the pipeline. Rich is flipping that on his head, and he's spending 85% of his time working on the pipeline, putting stuff into it, and 15% of his time actually inside following up. What you find when you do that, also, when you have a great month, you follow that up with another great month. When you spend most of your time working in your pipeline, the sad news is, as soon as you close a deal, you no longer have your top prospect because the deal is closed. Everybody walks away happy, right? And now you're like, crap, which is why we end up having awesome June, horrible July, banger August, terrible September, because we're constantly in this feast or famine with our pipeline. The only way to fix that is for us to focus on our pipeline regularly. Thank you.
When you have a bigger pipeline, if you lose one, it's really not as big a deal.
And you end up losing less. And let me explain. Because when you have a pipeline to where you're like, good. Hey, Rich, man. Dude, sorry, we went with somebody else. And you don't say this out loud, but in your head, you're like, good. You were kind of a pain in the ass anyways. I have so many deals going on. When you have a pipeline that big, you have a swagger about you. And when you have a swagger about you, you lose less deals. It's crazy. You're like that, I don't know, when we were in high school, there was always that kid that his daddy was rich and he had a new Jeep and he also just happened to be able to throw a baseball really fast left-handed. And every girl wanted to go out with that dude. And dudes like me were looking at that dude like, how the heck? And he was like, I hate chicks, right? And it just made the chicks want him more, right? So yes, when you have a pipeline, all of a sudden you become like the Brad Pitt of whatever it is that you're selling, and everybody is drawn to you. When you're desperate and you only have 3 deals in your pipeline and you try and squeeze them until the head pops off, they end up leaving a lot more and you don't have that swagger. Great points, Rich. Who else has got something? Hey, it's Matt Easton, founder of Easton University Sales Coaching. If you like this video, I think I'm about to become your new best friend because I want to cover the cost for you to get the closing mini masterclass. The $299, I'm paying for it for you. It's free for you. Click the link somewhere around here or simply comment with the word closer. I'll cover the $299. You'll get the closing mini masterclass, make a lot more money, and I'll be your new best friend. I'll see you over in the closing masterclass.